Jamie. I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist. Welcome to my channel. I share nutrition tips on how to eat better, but in a balanced and mindful way. So if you're interested in learning how to eat more nourishing meals without dieting and without restricting yourself, be sure to subscribe. Okay, so today I'm sharing what I eat in a day, but most importantly, why I'm making the choices that I make so that you could see what it looks like to eat in a more mindful way. For those of you who don't know, I have a history of trying everything under the sun, from diets to meal plans to just trying to eat super, super clean. And none of that actually was serving me. None of it felt good. It felt like I was constantly having to restart fresh. And while many like that feeling, I started to get really sick of it. I saw it as a sign that I was just failing. I always had to restart because I could never just stay on track. And I was looking for ways to just fix my body. And what I realized after years of practice and learning an alternative to all the diets and the meal plans and the food restriction is that there's a better way to feel balanced and to feel nourished and to really care for your body and to see your body in a new light as well. And that is why I designed my nourishment framework, which is what I share with all of my clients. I take them through step by step so that they can begin to have a peaceful relationship with food and really eat much better, just eat more nourishing foods and feel really good in their body as well. So you don't have to have one or the other. And a lot of times people think that because they aren't being really rigid and following a strict diet that tells them exactly what to eat, that they just will never achieve the goals that they want to achieve. But the truth is, there's more than one way to reach the same goal, and being really flexible in achieving that goal is what's going to help you stay on track and allow you to have that sense of balance and ease with eating. Okay, so from this nourishment lens, let me show you why I'm making these food choices, and let's start off with breakfast. Okay, so first up, I have the overnight oats I made last night with just oats, chia seeds, almond milk, wild blueberries. I'm gonna heat this up and then I'm gonna add a couple more ingredients to it. Now that I warmed my oats up, I just added walnuts for omega-3 fatty acids, a little bit of protein. I sprinkled some cacao nibs as well, which adds more texture and antioxidants too. Okay, so it is now lunchtime. I've been working all morning. I've been in the weeds of stuff, and I definitely haven't checked in with my body. So right now I could tell already that my breathing is shorter and more shallow. I'm a little bit stressed. So I'm gonna take a couple of breaths. I'm gonna open up my fridge and my pantry, and I'm gonna make something here for myself. And I know that I am probably more hungry than usual, so it's gonna be an assortment of stuff. So let's see what we have to make. All right, so I'm gonna make a salad, and then I have some sourdough bread that I'm gonna have with it. So I'll start my plate. all it is a salad with roasted beets, which I roasted over the weekend. I have goat cheese, spring mix, red peppers, olives, chickpeas. I'm also having sourdough bread and butter on the side. That is the satisfaction factor. So if you're unfamiliar, I teach how to build a balanced plate in a way where we're looking at 5 different aspects. We're looking for our fiber-rich carbs, so we're looking for starchy carbs, and also protein and fats. So all of that is encompassed in this meal right here. And I'm also looking at the satisfaction factor, which for me is the bread, but that is also the starchy carbs. So it's multi-purpose. The bread is going to be the most satisfying thing. And also the beets are really delicious. I'm on a beet kick. So that's why I chose this right now. I felt like having a fresh salad and something that was going to be very satisfying, but also quick to make. I'm also noticing I'm a little stressed out right now. So before I start eating, I'm just gonna take 3 deep breaths, inhaling through my nose and exhaling out my mouth, because it's been a bit of a day. So very important part of mindful eating is how you're eating, not just what you're eating, but also the state that your body is in before you have a meal is really important to how you digest food. You want to get into that rest, digest state of regulating your parasympathetic nervous system so that you give your body the best chance to release all the enzymes it needs to release so that you can digest food properly. And it just feels a whole lot better when you're not like trying to eat when you feel really stressed out. So another thing that's important is observing your food. So I'm seeing all the different colors on this plate. I have the yellow beets, I have the red peppers, I have the chickpeas that are beige, and then the green olives. So it's a very colorful plate. There's a lot of variety, and that's going to provide my body with a lot of different nutrients too, from vitamin C to protein to potassium to magnesium. There's a lot of micronutrients as well as all of those essential macronutrients. I'm about to get dinner started. I'm going to make enchiladas. This is something that I had planned in advance. So when I do my meal prep, I don't meal prep everything into cute little containers and have the same thing every day. I think about what meals I might like to have for the week, what I'm gonna make for dinner, what days we're gonna go out, and then I decide based on also what I have in the freezer, in the refrigerator, in the pantry, so I can use some of the items that I've already purchased. So I'm not just going out and buying everything every time I shop. And in this case, I had enchilada sauce I made and froze, and then I took it out to thaw. So I'm using that as the enchilada sauce. I have beans here in a can. Then I have garlic and scallions, red pepper, jalapeno. Unfortunately, my avocado is not going to be ready to enjoy right now. I can tell because it's still a little bit green. It's too firm. It's not going to be good. But everything else I have turkey, I have shells, I have cheese. So I'm going to make a dish of enchiladas. The good thing about this recipe is usually the filling, there's like leftover filling. So I'll use that in a salad the next day, or I could have another enchilada for lunch. So I get more than one meal out of this recipe. You can also make this recipe with quinoa instead of the turkey if you don't eat meat. So it's flexible in that way, and then you can add more veggies if you'd like. It's really up for interpretation. So I'm gonna get cooking. So as you can see, I planned a lot of these meals in advance. I was prepared that way in the kitchen to have all the different items so that I could make these meals, but I wasn't following a particular meal plan or a diet or a set of rules for myself. I know my body enough to know that I thrive when I have nourishing plant-based foods on my plate and focus on creating those meals that have that kind of variety. While I still had that flexibility where I don't have to eat this specific food at this specific meal, and I can really tune into what my body is desiring and know myself enough to know that I'm satisfied from eating a particular type of food over another particular type of food. So that flexibility in itself is a way for me to stay, quote, on track, because I know that I'm not following this really rigid plan. So I never feel like I'm falling off of something. Instead, my anchor is returning to myself and asking the question, am I being gentle with myself? Am I nourishing myself properly? Have I fed my body today? A lot of different questions come up in different situations, but always returning to myself and really tuning into how my body feels. It's simple, but it's not that intuitive. And so if you've especially been on diets for a very long time, it can feel very unnatural to ask those questions and actually come up with an answer. And also you may not have the nutrition knowledge to back up your choices. So you might not be as confident in making those food choices for yourself. So if you're interested in eating in a more mindful way, check out the show notes below. I have all my programs listed there. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button or thumbs up if you like this video, and be sure to subscribe for more videos just like this one. Take care.